Let's. Yes, sir. Appreciate you being here, brother.
It's good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. Um, Welcome to another exciting episode where we pull back the curtain and show you what goes on behind your favorite bars and restaurants. And we like to call that the industry perspective. That one's for you. You know who you are. Anyway, I didn't know I had that shit memorized, bro.
Look at
like,
you.
Straight up.
Come on,
I didn't know I had it
nothing.
memorized. Yeah.
I don't know nothing, but look at you.
What's up, motherfuckers? I didn't say that on the last two episodes, mostly because we used to record both episodes side by side. You know what I mean? We would do one and then do another one.
Okay.
But I mean, we're gonna be switching up the layout here. As you can see, we're not in the studio. We're at home in an undisclosed location. But you know, hit me up and I'll tell you where it's at. Anyway, you know. So what we want to start doing is really start showing you guys the vision that we have for the pod. As you can see, my co-host isn't here. He has some personal things he has to take care of. So, you know, hit him up in the DMs and wish him the best. You know, we'll have him back for next week. But I feel like this also gives us a good opportunity to kind of showcase what we're going to be doing going forward, which is we want to make a community out of it. You know, trust me, you're not going to have to listen to me the entire time. I'm only doing it right now just to give some clarifications. Because I know for some people, they may feel that, you know, because it's me and my brother's podcast, that it's our podcast. And one of the main things I wanted to make sure everyone knew is that's not the case. We want to make, as I keep saying, a community for the service industry. We want that to reach out not just to LA, but, you know, Phoenix, Chicago, Seattle, North Carolina. Those are places me and my brother has been from, but also Jersey, you know, like a Philly, a Miami. We're trying to bring everybody together.
Specifically Jersey.
Exactly. Well, specifically Jersey, even though I haven't been. So you're gonna see people rotating in and out. You're gonna see us bringing in guests, as we've always said, because it's the industry perspective, not just mine or my brother's perspective. We're just the ones who started this shit. We started this perspective shit. You know, now we get to see the motherfucking things we get kind of do. But as you can see, X is back. I really appreciate you coming back in, brother.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Good
you know what I do? I do what I can.
Yeah, good to have you back, man. Got a lot of great feedback from when you were here the last time. And, you know, obviously me and you were friends and we work together and everything. So we talk all the time, but it's just really nice to be able to have you come back, especially so soon, because your last episode was a couple months ago, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So how have things been for you since then?
Oh, same old. I'm working. I went from 2 jobs to 3 jobs,
Okay.
So that's fun.
You
know.
do not like free time?
No.
Yeah.
Life. What is that? You know.
I don't know.
Income. No.
Income? Nah.
Not here.
Nah, no income. Not here. Yeah.
No, I've been saying.
But we also live in Los Angeles, so
yeah, of course.
You usually got to have multiple jobs out here.
Like
single,
you're a single gentleman. You need to channel the energy as if you have 5 children. Even if you don't have 5 children,
man.
you should channel that energy.
That's some
gotta pay for 5 kids.
Ooh, that's some chasup energy right
Think about
there.
how much you gotta work for 5 kids.
So you got to work like you got chasup in your check.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. For those who don't know chasup, that's that child support. If you work like you always got to pay child support, man, you gonna work your ass.
Got a nice little child support fund, just chilling off in the distance, but there's no actual child, so you're like, oh,
I'm a big ass
extra
baby.
money.
I'm a big ass baby, so I'm
there. You go.
I support. You
You gotta take care of yourself.
Exactly. That's why I didn't have any kids, man. You know, I'm enough to deal with. So that was never a thing for me. Never a thing for me. But like you said, you were working on 3 jobs. I remember one time you had a joke. You were talking about working on a 4th or something like that. Is that something you're doing?
Oh, it's in the works.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely in the works.
Okay. So like, what are some of the jobs that you're doing at this point?
Okay, so the third, I mean, you already know I work at a bar that me and you met at.
Yeah.
Plus the other bar, but they've been kind of slow lately because, you know, it's getting colder, the winter season, it's a rooftop. Who's really going to go to a bar with a rooftop?
And that one has a pool as well.
Yeah, it has a pool.
Right.
Yeah.
So this time of year,
they're
not going
to. Like I would never. It's weird.
Yeah.
The third one's I'm working from home. So that's been interesting. Just working from home and then going straight to the bar like right afterwards has been very convenient. It's good extra source of
Is this
income.
your I apologize,
Oh,
but is
you're
this
fine.
your first, work from home job? Have you done anything like that before, like
No,
during the
no, I haven't.
pandemic or anything?
No, no. I tried to get
Okay.
into it during the pandemic because I was on unemployment for way too long and I kind of missed
How long
working.
were you?
2 years.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, boy.
Collecting money,
Your
man.
tax dollars at work right
Yeah,
there.
right, man. Yo, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
looking for jobs heavy
yeah.
just for it to lead nowhere. And I know a lot of people were. I've talked
Right,
to countless people looking for
right,
jobs. And a lot of these places aren't they're not really hiring.
right.
They're hiring more remotely now. So I feel like it'd be more abundance out
Yeah.
there, you know. So I did a lot of hunting. I finally got blessed with one like completely after the pandemic when I already had two stable
Right.
jobs
Yeah, I remember you
after the
talking about that.
fact. But
Yeah.
you know, it's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Which is crazy because remember at the time when you got that job, I was like, damn, man, you getting another job? And now it's one of those things where you're like, man, I'm glad I got that other
Yeah,
job. Because things might have been looking a little different for you.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
That's one of those things that, yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand for our industry.
It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, but it could also be like an added layer, not of necessarily stress, but just one of those things that you're constantly thinking about, like,
Absolutely.
hey, well, this job, I do good at this job this time of the year, but I don't want to leave that job, which is where we stay on call status.
Yeah.
Those of us in the industry know that, but like for
Seasonal
our listeners
positions and
that,
whatnot. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for our listeners that have never worked in the service industry, there are jobs that you work at where they're only good for about 2-3 months out of the year,
Yep.
4 or 5 months maybe, but the money's so good there, you gotta stay on
You
call.
can't walk
You
away
gotta
from
stay
it.
on the
Yeah.
books. Yeah, and that's kind of where you're at right now.
Yeah.
No one's at a pool and at Christmas.
I mean, it's cool though. I've working 3 jobs. I'm not having a lot of time for outside activities, dating and all that.
Right.
I sleep schedules off. I'm trying to get a sense of balance and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's all starting to come together. It's just taking a little longer than expected.
Yeah, we all know about that.
And I'm looking for a
Yeah.
fourth, so that's going to be something else too.
I remember you talking about
But
that.
that's just going to have to get. I'm going to have to do that fourth during my days off. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm used to
What
working
days
6
off?
days. No, I mean I got at least one. It's one solid day off.
Okay.
Maybe a
All
day and a
right.
half.
Which is so important. This is a good mental health.
That's
thing.
true. That's
You
true.
gotta
Rest
take
is very
those.
important.
You gotta take those. I remember earlier today I had reposted something that another person in the industry was talking about as far as treating your employees the way you would want to be treated, as far as giving them time off and things like that. But mental health is very important. It's one of those things that didn't get discussed pre-pandemic. Some people feel like it got over discussed during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
I'm not one of those people who thinks it got over discussed.
I think it got discovered or rediscovered.
Yeah,
Dude, we
but
had
some people
time
are
to
just sick of
rediscover it.
hearing about it.
Yeah.
That kind of deal, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, mental health shouldn't be something you should be sick of hearing about.
You hear about
people need
cancer
help.
every day.
Yeah, you hear about guns every day.
Every day.
Unfortunately, in this country, we may have to bleep that word out. We'll see. But anyway, I'm still
You
learning.
can't say guns.
Bro, I'm still learning the things you can and can't say on YouTube.
See, this is y'all make me nervous
I can
about
say-
getting into this industry because like
Oh,
I'm just like
man.
you can't say
Well,
guns.
nah, bro, you're 10 toes in now. You're already in it.
I don't know about that, man.
No, you're already in it.
No,
I've had people
I'm
come
in the
up to
shadows,
me. I've had
man.
people come up to me and be like, "Man, that one episode you did with Kratos was really good." And I'm like, "Oh, that's the
Kratos.
homie. That's the homie X. Yeah. Yo, those are really good episodes."
Bro, I'm in the cut, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just chilling in a bush, like, man, that's crazy.
I said yesterday to my brother, I was like, or no, my brother wasn't there. I said it at the game. I went to the Rams game.
Okay.
Or should I say Seahawks game, because it was mostly Seahawks fans. Anyway, but I said I live in a perpetual state of what the fuck, because that's usually how my days go.
Yeah.
People do or say things to or in front of me that I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah, I
just
get
like,
that.
man, that's crazy. But me, it's like I'm constantly just thinking, what the fuck? What the fuck? But speaking of what the fuck, what was some of the things that you heard after your last visit to the pod? You know what I mean? Because I remember, we did our episodes back to back and everything, but I've been next to you when someone said, oh, I was listening to the one episode, and then they look over and they're like, yeah, you were on that one. So
Oh
like, what
yeah,
are some of
with
the
the
things that
guests.
you've heard?
Yeah.
Some of the feedback you've heard
No,
since.
I've actually gotten a lot of good feedback from just random guests who might have like caught that episode I was
Yeah,
in. So that was cool. That was actually really interesting.
yeah, and shout out to the listeners, man.
Yeah,
We really appreciate
absolutely,
you.
man.
Really
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
It's good to be recognized, and it's good to see that this pod is being recognized.
Yeah,
I've heard some stuff from our coworkers and other people who've been interested in it, like Sam Barsh. Shout out to Sam. Um, and just how they're overall just enjoying the experience and how like something like this doesn't really exist on the current spectrum of podcasts.
yeah,
And I feel like something like this is needed,
yeah.
and it's cool. It's down to earth,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. A
You
level of
definitely feel
comfort.
more relaxed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the last one, because it was in the studio and everything like that, not everyone's comfortable.
Oh, it was
being
my
on
first one,
cameras.
man. It was my
It can be
first
a
one.
lot. Yeah.
But now I'm just like, man, fuck this. I'm playing.
Yeah. Like, fuck this podcast. I can do this in my sleep now.
Do this all day.
Yeah. All right, Cap.
No.
Calm down, Cap. Hit me with the do it all day. Jesus. But speaking of the holiday season, I was really wanting you to talk about this because you're one of the few people I've worked with, and I've been in this industry a long time, that always goes home for the holidays.
Oh yeah, man.
So like
I have
can
to.
you please explain to me your frame of mind and like how you schedule your holidays being in this industry? I know you're doing other things, but you're also a part of this industry.
Traveling for the holidays for me,
Yeah.
when it comes to see my family, it's I just came up with this a little while ago. It's like a magnetic obligation. I have to go back. Like I have to see my family for the holidays. Nothing is going to stop me. I will risk the job. I will.
Jeez.
I have no problem with it. That's how much I love my family. They don't need to know all this mess. Hopefully they don't see this. But
they'll see it.
they ain't gonna see nothing. They'll be looking at
They're gonna shed a glory tear.
they're not
like
gonna look
Denzel.
at-
your pop's gonna be shedding that one tear like Denzel. He's like, just letting it fall down his face. Like, my boy loves.
Oh, your face sweating.
Hey man, shout out to your pops. I know he's gonna be
Shout
watching,
out-
but
shout
yo,
out to
shout
you,
out to
man.
your pops because I thought that was your brother, my boy. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the photos. I was like, yo, he hanging out with his brother. His brother big as fuck.
Yeah, no, he's I love
like
that dude.
straight up. Yo,
Yeah.
but shout out to your pops, man.
One of the few men I love for sure.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But no, I have to go back. I try to I don't know. I try to request off for holiday days like 2 months in advance, so there's no excuses as
Okay.
to why I can't get off those days. And then my family's in Virginia, but then I got family in Pennsylvania, and I got family all up in Jersey. I got people in New York. I got some
Yeah.
people in Florida. But sometimes, usually when I go back, we'll probably hit just Virginia, maybe a little bit of Jersey. But I have to do it. I have to every time. And the thing is, I don't have. That's the thing. People out here have family out here. Like you got family out here, for the holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Like if I want to visit my family, I have to go back. I can't miss a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I refuse to miss a Christmas anymore. 'Cause I've missed a couple of Christmases, yo.
Really?
I've had like what I
Have
call.
you missed more Christmases or more Thanksgivings?
I've missed more Christmases because
Wow.
I back in the day I used to because I didn't think I could have it all. I didn't think I could go back for Thanksgiving and Christmas and then still like maintain my jobs. But now I'm just like I'm going to try, and if there's an issue with it, they'll let me know. So
Yeah.
far there hasn't been an issue,
Yeah.
and I've been going back Thanksgiving and Christmas, even though they're literally like a month apart.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of people who are able to do that. That's why I wanted you to,
I'm
talk about
truly
it.
blessed, man. I
Yeah.
really because sometimes like for instance, I went back for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think we kicked it the night before, maybe.
For Thanksgiving,
'Cause I flew out the night before.
no, I think you might have.
Oh no, I came down.
You might have
there.
popped into work.
Yeah,
the night
yeah.
before.
But I'm gonna tell you
'Cause I
this.
remember I was working the night before Thanksgiving.
'Cause I was flying out at 5 a.m. and
Yeah.
I got drunk.
I remember that.
I
That's kind of partially my fault. Yeah,
like
I was gonna make
'Cause
your
I-
ass pay for it.
it's like, all right, cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a nap and
Yeah.
like I'm gonna wake up at like 2 or whatever, and my alarm never went off. So I woke up at like 4, And there's no way I'm going to catch a flight in LAX that's at 5 and I'm getting there at 4. There's no way. I go there anyway, and they hooked me up with a ticket for the next morning
Yeah.
for free. Didn't charge me
shit.
anything. Yeah, so I'm like, that's another random blessing, just.
Must be nice to be a celebrity,
No,
bro.
I get hit with these random blessings for sure, man. It'd be crazy. It just
Yeah.
some things work out.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I'm always glad to hear things working out for people, especially when it comes to the holidays. I know how important it is to go see your family and everything like that. I don't really have like family. I have chosen family, so I'm lucky in that regard. But
Bonds.
yeah,
I was explaining that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
either blood or bonds.
yeah, and I've met a lot of people, especially in this industry, who kind of have similar stories as far as similar to yours, similar to mine, similar to my brothers, some other people. It kind of takes all kinds kind of deal. This particular industry will bring so many people together who would never interact
That's true.
outside of working within this industry.
That's true.
And my brother always says everyone should be required to work like a certain amount
Treat
of
it
time
like the
in the
military.
service industry.
It should be a military service
You should
thing,
get drafted. Into
Everybody
serving.
should do like
You should be
do like
drafted
4
into
months.
serving, man.
I need you to do 4 months of
Yeah.
busting tables or something. Man.
Something.
You'll never treat a waiter like shit again.
It should be like one of those first jobs you do, like being I don't know, like a bag boy at a grocery store. That was my first job. But like one of those menial, under the table type of job, internship type of deals. Like, I think if we made like teenagers work in the service industry for just a couple weeks out of one school year or something like that, like during the summer.
They probably start busting
They
the
should do
tables
that
and
instead
shit,
of
bro.
summer camp. You have server camp.
Yep.
We should
like
do
it.
server camp every year for kids and make them go bust tables, make them go,
Teach them some of the bar.
Yeah,
All right,
like,
kids.
do all of that.
This is a jigger.
Yeah.
Like, just start going in.
It's with a J.
It is with a J. Yes.
Welcome to the
Like a heavy
Black
J.
Friday edition of the Industry Perspective. It got real dark in here real fast. This podcast got persecuted very quickly.
That's how it starts, man. That's how it starts.
So, yes, you're going home, and as you said, it's one of those things that you just have to do. You have to go see your family. It has to be a part of your schedule. Are you one of those people who sets, like, I'd say, I don't want to say like New Year's resolutions, but yeah, kind of like that. Like as you get closer to the end of a year, you start thinking about what are the things I need to accomplish next year.
No, I used to do that shit every year.
Yeah.
I used to be about that shit every year.
Did you
I'd
have
be
a
like,
vision board or anything
no,
like that?
I kind of thought about doing a vision board because those things kind of look interesting, but mine's all up here. I procrastinate a lot. That's one of my flaws, and I'm able to say that out loud, accept it, and realize that there are things that I will and can do to fix it, and that's for me is progress. Because every year, like 2 years before, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, but now every day I'm thinking about what I could do to better myself versus waiting to the end of the year.
It can also help with mental health, like we talked about before, because if you're setting realistic goals for yourself day to day, shift by shift, then you're not going to get weighed down by, a decrease in performance or something like that, or not being able to hit a goal. It's like, okay, well, I set out to have a good day. I set out to have a good shift. Kind of like if you're going into work and saying, well, yeah, Sam even said this about, performing. If I go into it thinking, well, not having the best of days or I'm not really feeling it, it's going to show in my work and I can affect someone else's experience. Which is the last thing that I want to do. I want them to have a great experience. And I think what's up, Nat? You just going to be flying around? Anyway, I'm pretty sure everybody else already saw that by now. It is what it is. So we have a third member of the podcast today. They just don't want to be on the microphone.
We're gonna call him
Nathaniel. Yeah. I saw that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, collaboration, instant. But I wanted to say, if you look at your life the same way that you would look at a shift or the same way that you look at a workday. I feel that instead of looking at ourselves and saying, well, this is what I've accomplished by 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, so forth and so on. We have a tendency to try to set goals for ourselves. And if we don't attain them, we hold it against ourselves.
We also add extra levels of stress because we create these deadlines.
Exactly.
That's the crazy thing about it too. Like we set up these high expectations. They don't even have to be high, but we set these expectations, and life doesn't give a damn about your expectations.
Not at all.
Oh, that was your plan, homie?
Yeah.
You thought?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You can walk outside and just bump into the wrong person, and your whole day, your whole week, your whole year will be different. You just never know. You never know. Which is why I've always had the mentality when I go into work, yeah, I may need a certain amount of money for my shift to pay my bills or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not concentrating on that. I try to concentrate on giving the best experience I can that day. No matter who I'm working with, although sometimes working with certain people is harder than working with others.
I hear that.
It's not about us, as much as we would love for it to be. We're there to provide a service. Leaders of the fun factor, as I like to say, that's what we are.
I like that.
It's like Disneyland.
Yeah.
But your bartender, your server, your bar back, your manager, whatever, like they're the characters that inhabit Disneyland. So that every time you come in, you think this is the most wonderful place on earth. And that's what we do.
And that is
what we do.
The guests do be coming in like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love it here. It's so dope.
We're an adult Disneyland.
Yeah.
We're an adult Disneyland. And this is mostly me trying to talk to the people who are, in the industry. Don't let Disneyland control your life and control your happiness. You control your life and your happiness. You be happy because Disneyland will find another Mickey Mouse. You don't have to be Mickey Mouse anymore. You can just go do whatever it is you need to do. But if you want to be Mickey Mouse, then be fucking Mickey Mouse, man. Be that motherfucker. You want to be Donald Duck or whatever. Just be it. But don't let the business just control your life where they tell you how you can have your hair, if you can have tattoos, what you can post on social media and all that kind of shit. Those are the kind of things that like they need to just fucking go away as far as a business thinking that they control every aspect of your life.
Yeah,
that's service industry and not service
industry. They're too focused
on
cosmetic aesthetics and whatnot instead of just like skill set.
Yeah.
It should always be about skill set at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of skill set, how do you feel about game at the bar?
What do you mean game? Like spitting game?
Yeah.
Here you go with that.
Yeah. How do you feel about spitting game at the bar?
I don't.
I know how you feel, but they need to know how you feel, bro. Like, you be having some really good points, and you just need to say that shit.
Look, man. Are you talking about like? All right, so
I say just in general, and I don't want to like alienate either side.
Yeah.
I'm saying in general, just game at the bar.
From a perspective of a guest or us spitting game?
Us. No, not a spitting game. Witnessing game. Because
man, it is a trip.
Yeah.
It is one of the most interesting parts of my day.
Yeah.
Working behind a bar and just watching, because it's like 90% of the men. 90% of the men are initiating, showing interest, putting in some effort in the attempt to show their worth as to why they should be picked or chosen in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
And just the way they come off. There's, you got the smooth talkers, but then you got the ones that are just like, they're going on these wild tangents and the girl is not interested. I can't tell you how many numbers I've gotten, you've gotten, just in we're in Call of Duty terms. That's called a third party. That's what that's called. So they're already doing something. There's shootouts going on left and right on their end.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she's not feeling it. She's dusting him off. He's down.
Yeah.
We're third party in that. We're getting in. We're getting the offset. That's us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't play Call of Duty right now, so I don't know what that
But
means.
we get hit
yeah.
with third party a lot.
Okay.
When a gentleman doesn't have game, and a woman.
And by third party, do you mean like third party stats? Like
No, I'm saying third party as in that gentleman did not perform the duties that he wanted to successfully.
Oh shit.
So it's having her sniper scope look in our direction.
Okay.
So instead of
So
it
you
being
saying
a
women
two-way,
snipers?
yeah, they're snipers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Women
they're
snipers.
they're
I like
snipers
that.
with no bullets. They got the bullets. They just don't want to shoot them shits.
So I mean,
They got the scopes. Yo, it's all about the scope.
right.
It's all about the scope for them.
You know what? I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this.
Oh, here we go.
But when you say that, it hits home more because with snipers, yeah, you have the person taking the shot, right? But they always have a second who's doing all of the calculations. Who's the one who has the spotter.
Yep.
That's looking down the binoculars and being like, I do this and this and this and
That's
this.
true.
And I mean, when you look at the levels of game, that's kind of appropriate because women, they're gonna ask their best friend.
That's true.
They're gonna ask their friend, like, what do you think? Like, I'm sure we've been in several group chats that we never want to know about.
It's all about confirmation, and that's exactly.
Women have several spotters.
They need that confirmation.
We just got the one motherfucker that came out of the latrine and was like, yo, shoot that motherfucker. That's all we got. Men ain't
On
got
site
spiders.
type shit, like no strategy.
Men ain't got spiders. We got hype men.
Yeah.
That's what we got. Like, yo,
Like, bro, she likes you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, she didn't even look over here. She's not interested. Nah, bro, she glanced. Like, no, she didn't glance, bro.
all we got is they got
some dust
spotters.
got in her
They
eye.
got
That wasn't
spotters,
my
and we
thing.
got Flavor Flavs, just telling us we can do anything.
Hyping us up for failure, yo, just because.
yeah. The reason why I say that about game, or why I asked you, I mean, obviously because I wanted to hear your opinion, and you've always had such great opinion on this. One of the other reasons I want to say that is because I've had so many conversations with guests, with coworkers, with friends, whatever, and both sides think that the other side is not coming with the correct game. Which to me, as being the person who has to watch both sides, I'm like, neither one of y'all are attacking the enemy the right way.
That's funny.
So to
and
speak,
I believe
so
it.
to speak, you know, like if I personally feel that everyone has game, I think that people misinterpret their game to be universal. You know, like a remote. They think, you know, well, I got this game, I can use this code, and I can get this person and this and that. It's like sometimes people just ain't feeling you.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you perceive as game isn't really game. And sometimes for you thinking that something isn't game, it may be game, you know, but just don't hold it against people. Just have more of an open mind is what I was saying. Because I see a lot of people that come in on dates, you know, for the same reason that you may get a number that you didn't ask for, or have someone trying to talk to you even though they have a man and they tell you afterwards or some other shit or whatever.
Fun times.
Like, yo, but like, it's because, in my opinion, and just because I've seen it so much, like I've done the research, so to speak, I see a lot of people just settling for whatever it is they could get. And then while they've settled for what they thought they could get, and then they meet somebody else, they're like, I'd like to go to that. That's why they're trying to give you their number before they leave or something like that. And then they go home and they wake up and they're like, all right, well, I didn't want to talk to either person.
Yeah.
It was more of a confidence booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thrill of the hunt.
You're like the mushroom in Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
that's
just jump up and hit you when they feel like, you know what?
It's an alternative to Instagram, yo. If you're not in your phone for Instagram and you need that validation, you can work on that mess. Plant seeds in these gentlemen that you're not really actually interested in.
Yeah.
And these guys will eat it up.
Yeah.
Because most men want something decent by their side, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know a man right now that doesn't want a decent woman by his side.
Well, everyone wants a decent woman by their side.
Nah,
It's just
I know.
it's just what is your definition of decency? That's the thing. What's
That's
decent to you or
that's I
decent
the
to another
beholder.
person?
But for me, I can break it down like this. Decency for me is, can I bring you around my mom? Am I comfortable to bring her around my mom? Is everyone else around me comfortable with you? You know, are the people that are important to me comfortable around you, and are you comfortable around the people that are important to me? Because you're important to me.
Right.
That's the basis of decency.
So, being a person who's been in this industry as long as you have and seeing the things that you've seen, how do you find that in a bar? Is my question.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find that in the sample serving size?
See, that's the
when
problem.
you go to
That's
a
the
bar
problem
and
about
everything
it.
is like quick.
Because the bar, you would think that the bar is going to house a certain element. Of course, the element's going to vary, but it's still going to be within a specific category of people. But that's not the case. The bar, it's like LA. It's like a melting pot. You know, there's all types of variables of folks coming through, and for the most part, everyone that's going to the bar is looking for a connection. There's not one person who's going
Very
to a
true.
bar not looking for a connection, regardless of whether it's platonic, sexual, romantic, whatever.
And when you're saying that, you're saying single people who are going there looking for something specific, not the person.
Even
who's
couples,
going,
even
not,
couples go there
well,
looking for a
I just
connection.
wanted to clarify for the other people out there is you don't mean the person who's going for a drink after work to decompress or read a book or something like that. You're speaking more so in the sense
No, I
of,
count them in that category.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the people that want to be in a solitary confinement, but they're gonna go to an establishment to read a book, they still want the connection around them,
Right.
without actually being forced to engage.
But that connection isn't a romantic one. It's just a
No,
connection
no,
that's
it's just genuine
that was what I
connection.
wanted to clarify for the.
Yeah.
You know, how some.
But that's
people
I mean,
are
there's
concerned.
multitudes, there's
Right,
layers to it.
right,
But no,
right.
you're right. He's right.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify for people out there who may just be triggered or, well,
No, everyone's looking for it. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be a romantic. Like
or
a connection
any of
doesn't
that.
have to imply romance.
Just people like I know with several older gentlemen that come to the bar. They just want to be around
Very
people.
much so.
You know, like, oh, my wife died like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and they're like in their late 60s, and they just want to have a drink, talk to some people,
Yeah.
and just be human. You know, and that's what most people look for at a bar.
And that could be their one time coming out per month.
Yep.
Because the other 29, 30 days out of that month, they don't have the strength to or the
Yep.
schedule to or whatever it is.
Oh, he was coming.
That motherfucker is co-hosting with
Yeah,
you.
for real. He's like, is it my turn to speak? Where's my mic?
These
Yeah,
gnats
man.
be tripping. But yeah. As I said before, I personally just feel that we need to put a little bit more energy into sitting back, taking a moment and thinking about the connection that it is that we're looking for and going to a place where we could find that healthy connection.
See,
The reason that I say that though is because I see a lot of people who come to a bar, and you hear this all the time too. Even though you're not bartending, you're standing right next to me. I know you hear it. Oh, I don't really drink. But you come to a cocktail bar with no food.
yeah.
Like, no, you are looking for a connection. You're looking for something. It may
Yeah.
not be that you're looking for someone to take home, but I keep hitting.
You're
my
looking
microphone.
to meet.
But it's just
They're looking
you
to meet
needed
someone.
some human connection, some
Yeah.
human interaction. That's why you came out of the house, you know, as you were saying. But if you're not a drinker, don't go where people drink. Not saying you're not invited. I'm saying do not feel that you need to force a square peg into a round hole and be like, yo, I need to go where everyone else is, even though
That's
the thing
true.
that everyone there is doing is not something I want to do.
Yeah, you're already setting yourself up for something that you're not even
Exactly.
into in the first place.
If you're not a drinker, then don't go where people are drinking. Go where people are doing whatever other activity it is that you like to do. You know, so you can have a more comfortable experience. And
But maybe she wants a drinker. Maybe she wants.
not just he as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there are a lot of people who only go to a bar because that's the one place they know everyone's gonna be.
It's a guaranteed connection. It's guaranteed.
But
I'd rather go to a bar than a club, personally.
Yeah, I don't do clubs anymore. I'm way too
It's
old.
loud ass music. Like, what do I look like
Yeah.
yelling in a girl's ear trying to get to know her?
Now,
What's your name?
I will say though, when it comes to clubs, I tend to look at clubs as
Recreational
more
use.
of a playground.
Recreational use.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
yeah,
there.
so
I'm
yeah.
gonna go there with my friends. Let them enjoy themselves. I'm gonna watch them tire themselves out on the jungle gym or the swings or whatever, and I'll go sit on the side. And then when they're ready to go home, I'm ready to go home.
I did mention that on one of the previous episodes. Just there's a difference between I take home to mom and recreational use.
Yeah, yeah. There definitely is. And I mean, it's a terrible segue. Supposed to take a sip whenever I say it.
No, I'm nervous.
But I just want to say one of my favorite things about bartending. And when I say favorite, I mean that I don't hate it. I don't have a negative feeling about it, but it always puts me in a very funny and weird place. Is for someone to text me and be like, "Hey, you working?" Because it feels like that's like the "you up" text
Yeah,
that you would get at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. Like, "Yo, you up?" It's like, "Yo, you working?"
I got that text
Like,
today.
and then you'll respond to that and be like, "Yeah, I'm here. Come through. Like, what you want? What you want to
Yeah,
do tonight? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?" You get all these ideas in your head of like, "Yo, what am I going to do tonight?" Like,
Whole story.
I'll change my
bro.
whole plans, bro. Yo, this movie will go from fucking PG to NC-17
Yeah.
real quick when you hit me with the "you working," especially if I'm not closing the bar I'm working at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working. What's up? What's
Like
up
I'm
with you?
getting off before too. What's good?
Yeah, yeah. But like, how do you feel when you get the "you working" text?
That's one of my favorite joints, man. For real. I
Yeah.
got one earlier today, and then I realized that I'm like,
You weren't even working.
yeah,
Actually-
we closed today,
Actually, your spot ain't even open today.
right?
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh no, I'm not working.
And they hit
Okay.
you with the "you working." You're like, nah. But what you up to?
Like we could meet over there. I was gonna get there for a drink anyway.
Yo,
I'm already on this side of town.
It's the same as someone texting you for like a Netflix and chill, and they're like, "Yo, have you seen this show or this movie yet?" Nah, I ain't seen it yet. Oh, you want to watch it?
Yep.
That's the same. You working? Like, to me, I take it the same because it's like, yeah, I'm working. You want to come pay me to work? You want to come give me some of your money? Because I like that more than you coming over.
That's
You can
true.
still come over.
We can come. You can come over afterwards, but you pay me? Yeah.
I will say that the "you working" text for us is different than the "you working" text for, women.
Yeah.
And I only say that because a lot of times women don't even have to say that they're working. All they got to do is make a post online that they're working. And people will show up because they're
Come
like,
through.
yo, if I have seen guys show up to a bar just because they were like, well, this is when such and such works.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to take her on a date for like 3 fucking months.
Yeah.
And my black ass would be the one in the bar that day covering for this person. And they're like, the fuck you doing here? I'm like, covering for whatever, you know what I'm saying? But some people won't, they're not going to go to a bar unless they think they can get something from the person behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got certain servers at our one spot where guys won't come in unless they're working there.
Yeah. Yeah, they really won't come in unless they're
Like
working.
they'll walk right
true.
in. Yo, it's such and such there. I'm like, nah.
All right, man.
Right the fuck out, bro.
I'll catch you later.
Not a second thought.
I heard everything I needed to hear. Such and such isn't here. Cool.
And I'm like, that's not weird, dog. We're hunting.
Honestly, for me, it's mostly weird when the person that they're coming to see isn't good at their job.
Oh, you're too focused
That's the part.
I'm focused on like the fact that the woman tends to not even be interested in these men that are chasing them.
Right.
But they'll still show them attention.
Right. But
Like
what I'm saying is what bothers me is when that happens and the person isn't good at their job. Reason being because they're usually making more money than me. Or I'm having to cover for them, or someone else is having to cover for
Yeah,
them.
there's a good chance to make
And
more
they're
money.
terrible at their job.
Yeah.
But because
But they're
people
hot.
trying to fuck,
They're hot.
they come in there.
That,
And I'm talking guys and girls. That ain't just for girls.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
worked with some men. I'm talking about straight men, straight women, gay women. I'm talking like you can identify as a park bench. And
If
I've
you're
seen
hot, bro, it's a
someone who
wrap.
comes into a bar just to get served by you and you're shitty at your job. Not to say I'm the greatest because I know I'm not. I'm just saying I've seen people who make a career out of being shitty at their job, but being fuckable enough that the person who comes in to pay them to do that job is just hoping for their turn on the carousel.
Yep, that's all it is.
Just saying. I mean, maybe we should make an app that has like a Yelp review for how good someone is at their job, but then you could also rate them by hotness. It's probably too much, but swipe left, swipe right, all of that.
I feel like, I mean, tender, tender.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah,
Something like that. But just for the bar industry, so you could say, yeah, this person is really hot, but they're shitty at their job. That kind of deal. Nah, too much.
no, I feel like somebody's shitty at their job, but they're
I
hot,
mean,
and like guys are still showing them attention.
they're still gonna make their money.
Yeah,
But I'm saying I've seen a lot of people think that the hot person is good at their job and they're not. And I've seen people
they're basing that off of the amount of people that show them attention.
yeah.
That's,
Or how much attention they want to show the person.
that's true.
There's that as well.
Well, that's at that point they put them on a pedestal. So of course everything they do is gonna be like the dopest dope.
Right, right.
Like, it doesn't matter how shitty
That's
they
just
are,
how it
bro.
is.
Like they're on a pedestal, bro.
Look at how
they're
they,
better than
look
you,
at how
bro.
they stir their drink.
Right?
You know what I
Like,
mean?
they're a
They
server,
stir it
but
so
they're better than
sexy.
you at bartending somehow.
That's
Like
true.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been told, or I've heard someone be called the best bartender ever while standing next to me and three other people that I know are better than that bartender.
But they hot though.
There.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's
they were
all you
so
need
fucking
in this
hot.
world, apparently.
It was a dude though.
I hate it here.
Yeah. They were so bad. They were so fucking bad at their job. They were one of the worst bartenders I've ever worked with.
That's
And someone told them that they were the best bartender they had ever fucking had. And I know for a fact they made the wrong drink. They didn't make the drink the person asked
was
for.
the guest drunk?
Oh, there.
See, that's
Yeah, it was-
people
it
say
was like a
anything.
bar crawl or
They literally say anything.
Yeah, yeah. You know, but speaking of drunk guests, one thing, and we're gonna go and close it out after this, but this was something that Sam had brought up on the episode before, and on the last episode, I didn't get a chance to actually say it, so I really wanted to touch on this. But bar descriptors, and what I mean by that is that how do you describe someone to your coworker when you're behind the bar? And I just wanted to say that for a lot of people, like in this industry, when we're using quick terms to describe people, it's literally just I'm trying to narrow it down as fast as possible. So you know,
I say the
who's
blue-haired
really-
gentleman at the end of the bar.
There you go. The short gentleman, or the tall woman, or the tall guy, or the person wearing purple. Like, it's never meant as a negative. I just remember Sam was describing somebody, and when he said it, I was like, I don't want anyone to think that that's taken as a negative. Like, this person is this and is this, and it's a bad thing. It's
Are you
like,
gonna say it or
I'm not gonna say it.
You can't say it?
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to highlight it. But you know, it's one of those things that it was said to Sam, and Sam said it to me. Just like, oh man, you know, I got a little bit of shit for that, but not in a bad way. They were just like, yo, is anyone gonna be upset, or is the person gonna be upset that you said that? And it's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm just trying to say, say there's 40 people in a room, and I'm trying to tell you this one person did or said this, or this one person is too drunk or whatever. I'm not gonna be like the person at your 7 o'clock or this o'clock or whatever. I'm gonna do a
Okay.
little point. I'm gonna be like, yo, the white guy over there, or the Asian woman over here, or the Middle Eastern, Pakistani, or whatever person. Not saying it in a sense of, yo, that person. I'm saying Yo, eliminate these. It's the same way you do filters when you're searching for something on a fucking website. Like when you're looking for a new iPhone or you're looking for this, you go, hey, can you filter through this shit?
Yeah.
Like filters aren't meant to be a negative thing. And I feel like a lot of times lately it's been looked
Well,
at
it's a very
like,
sensitive world we live in now. That's a whole other discussion right there, man.
yeah,
That's just the level of sensitivity people can't handle words these
that's
days.
very true. That's very true. No, they can't. So hopefully we're gonna be able to like be a part of the change of that, which
Yeah.
is part of what I want this to be.
Be
Is
the change you want to see in the world.
there you go, there you go, and that's one to grow on. Honestly, man, as I said before, I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate the
Thank you so
opportunity.
much, man. I remember last time after we finished, you were like, dude, I was sweating and I wasn't comfortable and this and that. And I'm just happy that you got an opportunity to be able to come up here and, you know, show more of yourself to
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Um, and for, you know, anybody else out there, especially if you're in the LA area, shit. But let's not limit it to that because eventually this is something we want to start doing where it travels. Um, if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you want us to go over, things you want us to discuss, or especially for people who aren't in the service industry and you have some things that, like, I have a question about this. This is one of those things that I've never understood, but I don't know anyone in the service industry. Can I get an answer on that? Just, you know, hit us up in the comments or, you know, hit us up in the DMs, especially P. He loves answering all of your messages. So please, please, please send them to him. He'll get back to you as soon as he can, and hopefully we can get, you know, an answer to you on the pod or just in the comments or whatever as fast as possible. Thank you again, brother. I will see you tomorrow, and for all of you guys, I will see you next week. Y'all take care.
Thanks, guys.